Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
or find our inner Brackham Shell,
or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or this episode, we're going to take it back to Frederick Douglass and Anna Murray Douglass. Now, before you niggas get up in arms and start citing your sources, I do know Frederick Douglass was later remarried to a white woman. We're not focused on a white woman right now. And not in honor of my favorite Hotep being on the Breakfast Club, we're going to remind you a little bit about his lineage. Frederick Douglass and Anna Marie Douglass. For y'all who don't know, well, hopefully you do know, Frederick Douglass is, well, what is he, like the father of black civil rights and freedom? Like, what is his,
the father of getting niggas free?
I don't even know it's about getting free, right? But when we're talking about, I can't even get it out, liberation, writing, reading, like all of that. That's where I would place him. Mm-hmm. He is a thought leader. He is the forefather, right? Who set many pavements right down for us in front of us. Some of the slack he gets sometimes, like I said, he did marry a white woman later on in life. But someone who I think is unsung is Anna Marie Douglass, because they were married over 50 plus years. And the only reason they weren't married anymore is because she passed away. And rumor has it, quiet as it's kept, Anna was the one who told that white woman to look after him. Right, so he done fought the fight. He gonna fight. The white woman, no woman. It was a little bit comfort, but anywho, we here to focus on Anna. Now, Anna, who is a black abolitionist, was born in 1813. Murray Douglass was from near Denton in Eastern Maryland and was the first person in her family to be born free. At the age of 17, she came to Baltimore, where she met and eventually married Frederick Douglass. Then he went by Frederick Bailey. If y'all don't know this, please read the autobiography of Frederick Douglass. That should be mandatory reading for all black folk, but add that to your list this winter if y'all haven't did it. Or audiobook, whatever you need to do. They married after his escape from slavery in 1838. Murray Douglass was an activist in her own right, participating vigorously in the circle of Massachusetts reformers in the 1840s. This group included Wendell Phillips and William Lloyd Garrison. Anna met weekly with anti-slavery women who mounted the annual anti-slavery fair in Boston Faneuil Hall. In 1947, she and her family moved to Rochester, New York, where she continued her abolitionist activities while raising a family, often alone because of her husband's travels abroad. To make family ends meet, Anna worked as a laundress and shoe binder. In the words of her daughters, the heroism of Frederick Douglass was a story made possible by the unswerving loyalty of Anna Murray. In 1872, Anna Douglass, her husband, and family moved to Washington, D.C., where she lived until her death in 1882. So she's just an unsung hero of the whole Underground Railroad abolitionists just moved to freedom. Even in Frederick Douglass' story, I think it mirrors of like Coretta and Martin, where, Martin, I know he was doing stuff, but Coretta had to hold on a whole lot of stuff behind the scenes while he was doing it to give him the freedom to even be able to do that. Hell, and some of the ideas, I'm sure. Same thing with Anna Murray. Anna Murray Douglass is the mother of it all. She birthed us all. What do you think about that, Nero?
I think it's a dope story. It's real life.
Mm-hmm.
What
a love story.
It is.
There's something else going on there, honey. Could you imagine that pillow talk?
Yeah.
Like what? Like what is it even to be like to be with someone or both even be like mine, to be so progressive to like, this is bullshit. We're gonna risk our lives for this. I'm always fascinated by like that activist love and how do you like when you go to sleep at night knowing that when you wake up your partner might not be there because of basically a choice of participating and putting others before them, the greater cause and community ahead of them. Yeah. What do you think about that? Could you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, you could?
Yeah. Risk it all for the people.
Nero's a lot. Who is you?
I'm Nero.
And I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 296, y'all.
Hey.
Be sure to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher. Follow us on all forms of social media at Black Love Matters. It's Black with no K. What's going on?
Happy Monday, y'all. Hope you had a good weekend. This is the last full weekend to the holidays or to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
All the Cubicle Warriors, hang in there. I know a couple Cubicle Warriors already dipped out. The most tenure folks and most seniority. I know you're already on vacation. The rest of us has got our headphones on, counting down the days. Now, y'all employers letting y'all work from home next Monday, or they told you to bring your black ass in.
I gotta go in.
Is it time for potluck season? Be careful, the flu is going around.
There's like 3 people in my office just sneezing, and it's almost like a song because they like, achoo. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Look,
it'd be like all types of different shit.
So be careful, y'all, as we're going into potluck season at the job.
Exactly.
Be aware who have cats.
Who got cats? What they got to do with anything?
A lot. Cat hair. Now you know, Nero. Y'all ain't never know about. You don't be watching who got cats. This is time of year to start asking people like about their home life. So you got like cats or anything? And then the next question, or pets. Honestly, it's just pets because dog shit too. And then the thing is when they be like, yeah, I got me some pets. You like, girl, show me the picture. Then you see where the pet's at in the house. And you see if they on counters and shit. Then also what you get from them pictures to see how nasty their house is in the background. Is that too much?
Yes.
I'm giving y'all cubicle warrior wisdom. Just like I said, to keep a stapler as a weapon at your desk. Because you look at her, you be like, oh, don't eat Linda, honey. She showed a picture of her cat and he was on the stove. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Somebody email in right now because y'all going to ask y'all coworkers to see their pets and they going to scroll on it and the pet going to either be on the stove or on the kitchen table. I guarantee you that.
No, ma'am.
Preferably... Never mind. I was going to say, look for store-bought containers or your friend that you know, or you yourself bring the larger dish so you continue to eat your things.
You know, you can also think about the people that bring in stuff like throughout the year and like what things were good.
Yes.
So one of my coworkers keep bringing in these tired-ass brownies.
And they not good, and y'all don't have to hard to tell her.
They don't even be good.
How you fuck up brownies? I like Bots brownies.
And
so how you fuck up brownies?
They be fucking it up.
Are they the fake brownies? You know, people be like, "Oh, these brownies got avocado in it." I'm like, I don't want that, or black beans. I don't want
like
black
brownie
beans.
crisp.
Crisp.
I don't know what the fuck they are.
Or you know, if you got a real bad office, you should do a theme to make it just very poignant on what to get. You know, I did that one time with an office. Or I'd be like, well, let's just bring our favorite dessert places in. What? I think I forgot how I phrased it. I think it was like your favorite guilty pleasure from stores. So, like, what's the best kept secret dessert?
No, ma'am.
Is that shady? But it's a good idea because you learn good snacks. And it's folks will do everything from like high end to like overpriced sprinkle cupcakes to like, you know, the fake ass Girl Scout cookies they got at Walmart. Them good too.
They are. What's that? Nabisco?
Them Keeblers.
Keeblers.
So like that's like in that way it's inclusive. So if you got the coins, you can bring in the nothing but bunk cakes. But if you don't got the coins, you go spend $2 get them Keeblers. Hell, I don't care if you bring in a pack of Oreos. It's some oat milk. You see it? You telling me you ain't gonna eat no Oreos and oat milk?
Hey, you know, there's an oat milk drought.
We fucking them up. We fucking up all the oat milk. Oat milk is good. What are we doing with the oats after? Is we eating them?
I don't know.
Can you eat them after? Or we done took all the nutrition from them.
I don't know. They got to do something with them.
I wonder, should we make our own oat milk? Oat milk can't be nothing but oat soaked in milk with like some seasonings.
It's not milk, baby. That's
I mean, oat soaked in water with like a sweetener and maybe like some cinnamon and salt.
Let me see how to make oat milk.
That can't be no more than that. And then, because I imagine, what are we doing? You look up a homemade oat milk.
Yeah.
Well, them got good ratings, too.
I know.
What is it called? How to make oat milk perfect every time. And for y'all out there, first of all, I don't do cow milk because the way my intestines are set up and lactose intolerant, I used to be like a soy and an almond milk type of girl. But y'all get that oat milk, that Oakley. Jesus, that's good. What they say, how you doing there?
All right. 2 ingredients, 1 blender, 5 minutes. Okay.
Oh, so you blend water in oats in the blender and strain it?
1 cup of raw oats plus 4 cups of water in a high speed blender.
Yeah.
You blend that shit, and then I think you add some dates for sweetness.
To sweeten it up.
And that's it.
Oh my! Wait, and oat milk is expensive.
and then you take that and you can strain it with a clean T-shirt.
They did not say a damn T-shirt.
Look, strain through with a clean T-shirt, or we found a nut milk bag that take the pulp away, or you can do like a strainer.
Oh my God! Can you click on the nut milk bag? I mean, what is it? The oat milk?
Nut milk bags.
What did I call it? The nut milk?
Yeah, it's nut milk. Nut milk bags.
Oh,
it's like this, but it's like
how much is it? Mm-hmm. I'm about to buy this. Hit buy now.
Let's see how much oat milk is.
Come on.
Oh, it's only $13.
$13. Yeah. I do that. It is called a nut milk bag.
Yeah, see? Nut milk bag.
This is nasty as hell.
The bigger
it
bag?
got 4,983 ratings, all 5 stars. What are the whites doing?
They're making their own.
And they scroll to the bottom. Let me see if I can see a review. Because you know they write a review.
You know
I'm buying this. And I'm making my own nut milk or oat milk. Oh, look, white people done took pictures near them. Mm-hmm. Oh, they put directions here. Mm-hmm. You know, this is when white people are in their prime whiteness. Let me see the pictures. Let me see the pictures. Let me see how the milk look. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. This will take forever, though.
Because, you know, we do a cheesecloth.
Oh, my God.
And the cheesecloth be so damn hard to get the fuck out.
Oh, my God. You got to be there forever doing this shit.
But, you know, since it's just a bag, you can just squeeze it.
Imagine how long that's going to take.
But that's why you got the bag. You just let it sit, baby.
You just let it sit? Mm-hmm. Y'all, stay tuned. Anyway, is it my check-in?
Yeah.
I'm good, y'all. I had a weekend. It was a little bit more low-key, a little bit lower energy. I'll let Neram actually fill you in on his check-in. Y'all remember, what was it, literally Friday, 2 days ago, that I told y'all I wanted to have a low-key holiday and just watch Netflix movies, sip on a sangria or some type of wine, and just namaste, right? And remember how I say I used to be 10 on Christmas and cookies and trees and gifts. If any friends are listening, your gifts probably get there in January, honey, because I'm not rushed and I'm not paying for any expedited shipping. And I don't want on websites, and the websites acting like black mamas now. I went on one website, they was like, you get your gift January 12th. I was like, damn. I said, what day is today? I said, it take a month. Like, I wasn't expecting a Christmas, but I thought we was going to get like a January 1st or 2nd.
Something.
So, but you know what? I'm not paying for the extra, and I'm doing the free shipping on the website. So all my friends, please excuse my mind and know my heart, but I don't got time for the bullshit. The only other thing I want to highlight, Diddy done turned 50.
No, Diddy and Jay-Z.
Everybody getting old. Honestly, on a topic on Wednesday I want to talk about is this retirement. It was on, y'all watched the Patriot Act on Netflix. Oh, Hassan was telling us about the silver tsunami coming.
Tsunami?
So what I call it?
Tucson?
What's a tsunami?
I think the T is silent.
Did I just say that?
Yes.
Oh Lord, Negro versus a coon. Shout out to Umar.
Tsunami. It's tsunami.
Tsunami. Does anything start with a T? Tsunami. Didn't I say that?
No, you said tsunami.
Oh my God. I made up a word.
Yes, you did.
Does any word sound similar to that I was trying to say?
No.
Okay, whatever. The silver tsunami is coming, meaning that maybe that's what we're gonna need the episode TWO. Sami. Anyway, the largest age of folks who are retiring is coming, right? Mm-hmm. So the baby boomers are all living to 65. They ain't dying, but the thing is, we're thankful that they ain't dying. But
except for old black man.
Old black men is dying.
Yep, they still dying.
Yeah, the old black men, they out of here. Wheezy out. But everybody else is living longer than normal. But even old black men are living longer than they normally live. Mm. So I think that's just the normal trend with medicine. People are more aware of their life, that type of stuff. And that's not the problem. The problem is they don't have savings, and the retirement is so little, right? If we think back to the 80s with the inverse of pensions versus 401ks, the breakdown of the Social Security system, and folks not having savings. I think that a report came out that folks 55 and older households have the least amount of savings in their account than ever before. Like, this is the first generation that the retiring generation is poorer than their kids. And what does that mean? That then falls on the millennials.
Right.
And we have to take care of them and move forward, which of course, love to, thankful. But then, who gonna take care? Like, it's like this consistent.
Yeah, who gonna take care of us?
And we're having kids at lower rates. But I don't know, maybe that's good because the economy. I don't know, but this horrible cyclical cycle of trash. And I think maybe it was Bernie Sanders on there is the biggest thing. Like, how do we let people retire with dignity and security and not be working their whole life out of necessity? I get working, to keep you busy, but working out of necessity, that's horrible. Right? Like, at that age? So you tell me you got to work your entire, like, that ain't how this should be. Anyway, we can unpack it more on Wednesday. And, like, what are our obligations as millennials and kids, and what does that mean? And I don't know. You get to thinking about it. Mm-hmm. You think about that sometimes now?
I actually don't. Oh. As an old black
That's how we got into this.
Yeah,
huh?
I know, right?
Okay. Nobody thinking about it.
Nobody.
I think they were teasing it on the show. They were like, we too worried about the jewels, the mango favorite
Jewel pies.
And CBD. That we like retirement.
Right.
And even Bernie threw some shade. He's like, in racism. But shit, we all okay. How we gonna live? Where we all poor. We all the same color of dirt. Next.
Yeah.
What's your check-in now?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I don't know. I ain't used this effect in a while.
Oh, Lord. Let's bring that back in 2020.
No, we're going to bring
Oh, you doing it right now? Oh, my God.
I got a Christmas tree.
I got a motherfucking Christmas
tree.
What type?
A live fir. I don't know.
From the ground.
From the motherfucking ground.
It's a noble tree.
It's a noble.
Yes. Noble.
Mm-hmm. It's fly.
I told my mom we got a real Christmas tree. Her next words are her mouth.
What?
Be careful. I heard a spider killing dogs on there. I was like, what? Who the fuck says that?
Spider killing dog.
Or dog killing spider. Spider killing dog. Is that what you say?
No. Dog killing spiders.
No, that ain't how it goes.
Yes, because the spider killed dogs.
Yeah, the spider killed dogs.
So
I said, what?
Dog killing spiders.
Spider, yes. I was like, what? And the thing is, I don't know how serious to take her, because the thing is about my parents, they consistently have the news on 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
So it might have been a news story, and I don't know, because I try to watch the news maybe once a week for 3 minutes. So,
let me look
so
this
it
up.
could be. My mom was like, yeah, y'all be careful. You know what she told me? She
What?
said, spray the tree down with Raid and you should be okay.
What?
I said, what? I said, I think Raid to kill Mabel. Not the spider. I said, and then, now Mabel itching because we done gave her a bath, her skin dry. And I was like, what? Oh, go ahead, Nero.
No, I haven't found anything yet.
You got to think you're typing Christmas tree, spider I can't do this. Don't do this, because if it's in there, you got to get rid of the whole tree.
Mm-hmm. My dog swallowed a live brown recluse spider.
Oh, recluse will kill you. You might as well plan the fume.
I hope maybe we'll get the fuck on.
You better not fuck with that recluse, that wolf spider. But that's the first thing my mom said. I'm like, what? I almost told her, like, what do you want me to do with that, Ma? She said, I mean, maybe in California don't got it. Just go ahead and spray it down with some Raid and you should be okay. First of all, I don't know if Raid is enough. If a spider can kill a whole ass dog,
let's see.
I'm not sure if Raid is.
Your Christmas tree might have bugs.
Niram, don't do this, because it got. Ah! Oh my God! He put it up on the screen. It gotta go. It gotta go. It gotta go.
What the fuck is that?
See, this is why. This is why. I'm sorry, the screen. He just put that shit on the screen. If I wake up and see that from that tree, I'm done. I don't even want no artificial trees in my house no more.
Oh shit!
What?
The way we was going on the freeway, all the bugs should be gone.
Nah, my mom, I'm about to spray that bitch down with some Raid. My mom's like, my mom said spray it with some Raid and pesticide.
Oh
and
my
okay.
God!
I said, what does the average person get pesticides from, Ma? And that's when she's like, just use some Raid.
You a farmer?
She's like, just spray it with some pesticides. What?
Kill Mabel.
That's what I said. I think the Raid to kill Mabel before the spider whoever come down.
I don't know if we got to worry about with that tree.
I'm going to just be blissfully ignorant. I'm going to be a Negro on this one. Be blissfully ignorant.
So, my therapist told me I need to start living Christmas like a white man, just get joy. Well, she didn't say live like a white man, but, that's I
celebrate as if you're a white man.
I distilled it down to living life like a white man.
I thought it was celebrating.
Or celebrating.
Because white men be celebrating shit, don't even need to celebrate. Like, it's not even for you.
Right.
Or when they do little things like breathe.
Mm-hmm. So, got a live Christmas tree. which was I would say it was a little adventure. I got a little nervous.
Why?
Because Nyambi is like, "Dude, you can go without me. Just bye." And I was like, "Come on." And then I got the directions, and then it took me to the wrong place. And I was like, "Oh, fuck."
I said, Nero, I think that person's getting married. Do not roll up on their wedding. I think they're taking pictures. Do not destroy their pictures with your gold card in the background.
So we ended up finding it. It was like a little nativity school, like a nativity Catholic school.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah.
For the time being.
Gotta be nice on expensive ass trees.
You see, all we got left is nobles.
I'm like, that doesn't mean nothing to our poor black ass.
What the fuck is a noble?
What is noble? What did I miss before? Is noble the expensive one?
Right.
Is that what y'all telling me?
And so it was just interesting. I'm actually kind of glad because like the tree came with its own stand and water thing, so I ain't got to worry about buying one of those.
Yeah, but you could just buy one and literally put them in there, right? Or not?
Yeah, I
make
guess.
that shit.
I don't know.
You niggas, the black people,
Nigga, I ain't never had a tree in my life, so I guess you had to go to Home Depot.
a real one.
Yeah.
Blacks, Huxtable blacks out there. Have any of y'all had a real Christmas tree, and how do you navigate within that? I appreciate my little artificial tree.
Mm-hmm.
It's been rolling with us.
It has.
I don't got no recluse.
And I already got the lights on there. So that was another thing.
Oh my gosh.
Our Christmas tree already got the lights built in. So I had to go buy lights.
Yes, you did.
So I'm doing all this.
And it's Target. And y'all already know about Target this time of season. I was surprised anything. I was thoroughly impressed with the Target out here in Silicon Valley. I was prepared to go there and they be like, and we like, where the lights at? And they laugh and walk away. That's what I was prepared for.
So we get the lights, and I'm putting on the lights, and I am just looking at me.
Yeah.
You gonna help me?
Nigga, what you do with me? All them 10 years, now I'm supposed to be on board. I am on board.
I done put the tree up.
No, you drug it up the stairs. It's already up.
I put it up too.
That's what you do to me. You be like, oh, okay, let me help you put these little 3 things on. Then you sit back while I put the garland and the bulbs on and be like, you missed a spot from the couch.
Nah,
And what did I do?
That's revisionist history.
Oh, okay, well, tell me more. Tell me how you remember it, because I can guarantee for a fact I know you not do it because I had to ask you where the bulbs at. You didn't even realize bulbs were missing from the tree.
That was
Mr. I put up the tree every year.
That was just 1 year.
What?
That happened. But other years.
What? No, I'm talking about last night when you were putting up that tree and you're like, oh, I think I'm done. I said, nigga, where the bulbs
No,
at?
I knew where the bulbs were at because I took them down.
No. You did not put up all those bulbs.
No, I know. I didn't put up the bulbs.
Yes.
But I knew that was a choice.
Oh, it looked like you just got tired.
No, that was a choice.
Okay.
Yeah, tired of doing them shits alone.
Okay. Ditto. 10 times that by every year for the last 6 years. And not only that, you know what else you got coming? Takedown. Only thing I'm responsible for is vacuuming the pine cones.
I'm just going to throw the tree off the balcony.
You're not.
I am.
You're not. You're going to walk it down the stairs.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
It's going to be pine cones everywhere.
You're not. You're going to walk it down the stairs.
I'm just going to throw it over the balcony.
Walk it to the dumpster.
I'm going to throw it over the balcony, and then I'm going to drag it.
No.
And it's going to be pine cones.
The only way you can do that is if we sign a different lease.
Oh, okay. You plan on doing that anyway?
That's what I'm hoping. Then I won't care what Paul and them say.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I laugh for you. Paul like, y'all threw that over the balcony? I said, so you blame me because I'm black? They're going to have me on video.
So, yeah. I'm out here trying to celebrate life like a white man. So I got my Christmas tree up.
Did you research it? How are we supposed to take care of it? Just water it?
Yeah, just water that motherfucker.
We put aspirin in the water like we do flower stems when you cut it.
I don't know.
Oh.
Let's see. How to take care of a Christmas tree?
Oh, you didn't do any of this?
No, I looked at the little nativity school website, and it's like, just have water, and it's pretty simple.
Come from the whites. Ain't that how they say it all the time? The colonizers.
Because at first I was like, the white people like these trees always smell good in the house. I was like, I don't smell shit. Mm-hmm. And then I put water. Then I watered it, and it's like all the scent just came from the water. I said, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you ain't think it was gonna smell like a pine cone?
No.
Yeah, I smell it.
I ain't smell shit.
Yeah, I smelled it
until I put the water in there.
Well, I mean, but it ain't gonna be like a pine cone candle, Nero.
Oh,
it's like naturally pine cone.
I expect it to be.
It's more subtle.
Now I don't smell it no more. So now
it's here. Like if you leave a house and come back, you can smell it.
Mm-hmm.
It's subtle. It ain't gonna be like a Bath and Body Works.
Well,
I mean, yeah, Bath and Body Works candle.
I'm so used to all the scents you be having floating around the house that be so strong that I don't even know what to do.
You talk about I don't smell like. You want to add some pine incense
Yes.
and just put it next to the tree.
Get some of those little car air fresheners.
Yeah.
And just hang it on there.
Remember we bought the little pine scents we put on the tree? Was that 3-4 years ago?
Yes.
When did we do that? And
Yes.
you walked in, you like, why the house smell like pine? I said, it's the tree. You hated that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
It was so strong.
It was.
That's what you thought this tree was going to be?
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious. Anything else surprise you about the experience? How much it was?
Yeah, I would say that.
Jesus. I already knew it was going to be high.
But I kind of expected that. I think because I already had prepared like $120 for like to buy a tree and then to like get the stand.
Yeah.
So when it was like like $86, I said okay, and it came with the stand, cool. Because I was already thinking about preparing like to pay like $60-$70 for the tree, and then like $30-$40 for the stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like we didn't even know we could adjust and
No, I
cut
didn't know
down the
this shit.
trees.
It's like
I said, what the
size
fuck are
tree
they
was?
cutting that more tree down at? I'm like, y'all want this tree or not?
And like all the trees were tall as hell. It was like 9 feet tall.
I was looking at there. I'm like, what are we supposed to do? How that supposed to get in the house?
And it was like, oh, you can trim it down.
I was like, blessings. Because the thing is, I was gonna let him bring a 10-foot tree in this 9-foot house. What's that movie when the tree bend? I said, I guess it's just gonna do that at the top, honey.
Yeah,
Also, Mabel's obsessed with it.
she is.
She like runs, and anybody with dogs, is there anything we should be weary of? Hope she don't try to drink that water.
Well,
Anyway, what else you do that you haven't gotten that's to doing? Oh my God, are you looking up noble fur?
yeah.
Yeah, the noble fur, it look a little bald headed, but it's still cute. It reminds me of California Christmas tree. Like when I think of the Christmas trees back east, like they're super full. This one, like it's full, but it's like you can tell by like the way it's just how it grows. But it gives me California. It gives me if Charlie Brown Christmas tree grew up. Type in Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Yeah. Type in Charlie Brown. I want you to see it.
Okay.
That's what we got. But we got the adult version of that. Charlie, what? Who is Hope?
I don't know.
What did you type in?
I typed in Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
And then why Hope come up?
I don't know.
Damn, it was. You see it? Y'all type in Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Yeah.
That's how our tree looked.
And we got one little Christmas ornament.
And we got one ornament on it.
We literally do. And a bunch of lights.
And a bunch of lights. That's what we got. But it's cute though. It's our Christmas tree. All right, what else went on with your check-in, Nirms?
That's about it. I think, staying low.
You made them cookies?
No, I didn't.
Oh. You going to follow back Wednesday? What's the plan?
Yeah.
Well, what cookie? Give us some details.
I'm making a lemon ricotta cookie. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited.
Yeah, you can. Niram has never made a whole cookie by himself. What Niram thought he was going to do was I was going to sit in that kitchen and make it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I already told Niram what I'm doing. I made sure. See, I was a good supportive partner.
Oh,
I made
take
sure
3 hours to do this.
I made sure because you got to let him sit to harden. I made sure he had all the ingredients. I made sure his stuff was room temperature, so all he had to do was go. But he think I'm gonna make them, and all I'm gonna do is eat them. Or I might pull a Niram and come in when it's time to put them on the baking dish. You know what I'm talking about? Or you put them on a cookie sheet.
You taking my joy.
I ain't taking your joy.
You are.
This is what it feel like to be a man.
You taking my joy.
To come in at the end, we done did all the hard work. You done creamed the butter and the sugar. You done zest the lemons. You done squoze them good. You got cuts on your hands. It's burning your hands. And then here they come talking about, oh, let me help you. And all they did was put the scoop on the cookie thing. And I'm going to fuck them up. I'm going to eat 2 every night. Thank you, Nirams. What else is going on?
That's it. Just staying low.
Yeah.
Planning, reflecting, and looking forward to the new year.
Me too. Well, is your schedule slowing down? Like this week is a normal week for me, honestly.
We got our little holiday party thing.
Am I invited to that or no?
Yes.
What time does it start?
6.
So y'all just going right. Oh, so I guess we just wear our work clothes.
Yeah. What ain't like your holiday party?
What? Ooh, what's that supposed to be? I'm thinking wear the same outfit.
You know what? Live your best life.
Good evening, everyone. Like, is it a holiday party where you just come have fun, or is it a holiday party when I gotta bring? So, do you need to see who got cats?
Nobody got cats.
Well, I seen y'all got some dogs.
Yes.
They shed or they like Mabel?
They all like Mabel.
Oh, okay. You just gassing me.
No.
Okay. Are y'all? Do you know anything about your holiday party? Or?
No, it's just on the calendar. It says hold for holiday party.
Oh, am I even allowed to go? Like,
Yes.
Is it just a team or is it just plus?
No,
others?
we were sitting at the lunch table and it was
Okay.
like, somebody was like, so the holiday party. And it's like, yeah. And it said, who's planning that? And it's like, oh, well, such and such put it on the calendar. And somebody was like, is this the type of party that we just stay here for work, or is this
Mandatory fun with Secret Snowman.
or is this a +1 type of thing?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's a +1 type of thing. And it's like, oh, okay. And the thing is, we can't ask the CEO right now because she's busy.
She
trying to get
planning
money. No,
Oh, what y'all asking her for?
you get more ideas.
Well, who the person who planning it? That's the one I'd be like, sis, what we drinking?
Mm-hmm.
What we drinking? What we eating? Everything else can be put in place.
I'll have more information tomorrow.
Thank you. So that means I got to get off work and drive. Ain't nowhere to park out there.
There's a couple places to park.
0 places to park.
I'll show you all the good parking spots.
Gotcha. Can Mabel come?
Yes.
How inclusive? Or actually, you just take Mabel. She helps set up and decorate.
Okay.
Oh my God. Am I taking Mabel to any? Never mind. Pillow talk.
What's going
Y'all
on?
hanging out there with us. How y'all feeling? Well, I'm waiting for them to respond.
Oh yeah, leave some space there so they can talk. How y'all feeling? Oh, okay.
I can hear our people. Shit, what? Nigga, shit, what? Go on, get your money, though. Get your money. Get your money.
Oh, okay.
No, them niggas did it. Okay, anyway. Pillow talk. I only want to talk about a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite hotep was on the Breakfast Club. Dr. Umar Johnson, the most controversial Negro of this whole decade. You know, the decade's ending. I would give him the title of one of the most controversial niggas of the decade.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's such a dichotomy. He has such duality. He has moments when he's talking the shit so good. And then he'll quickly side in foolishness. And then just because of the foolishness, I had to discount everything. And I hate that. But I ain't no fool.
Mm-hmm.
As y'all know, I think we had an episode, what's called Hotep Hogwarts.
Mm-hmm.
We had that episode, what was it, about a year ago?
Yep.
So for y'all don't know, Dr. Umar is, how do you even define him?
Mm-hmm.
How does he even introduce himself?
A revolutionary hotel.
He's a pan-activist,
Pan-African.
What did I say?
Pan-activist.
He's a activist. He's a psychologist. He is very pro-black, but I would say he's very conservative in his viewpoints. All the things that make up a great hotep. Does brother talk a great game? Yes. Is brother super intelligent? Yes. Does brother have some good points? Yes. Is brother problematic as fuck? Yes. All those things live that once. I kind of put him, Killer Mike. I was going to say T.I., but T.I. got to read a couple more books in that category. Well,
He just know few big words.
yeah, he just knows big words. Like, I think Umar has done research and has used that research to supplement his ideas and not necessarily challenge his ideas, right? Like, so I think it's the type of scholar where you like, I'm taking this because it applies. The rest of the shit don't apply, so I ain't taking it. Right? Which is not, Anyway, neither here nor there. Plenty of white folks have done it in the past. Anyway, I finally am tickled and entertained by him. To the point, whenever I see his name pop up in an article or in an interview, who's one of the first person to hit the play button?
Nyambies.
Nine fucking zombies. Could I ever be on his team? No. But you all know that short list of people that I would love to have lunch with. Guess who's on there? With Michelle Obama and Jesus. Umar. As all the hosts, I think it was DJ Envy or was it Charlamagne the God? I would just meet Dr. Umar and be like, talk black to me, brother. Talk black to me. All day. But anyway, he did this interview. It was about 45 minutes. It was thoroughly entertaining to me. If any of the points we talk about are highly triggering to you, don't watch it. Because he's going to be problematic as fuck. Mm-hmm. Like, he's going to say some stuff and you're going to be clapping, but by the interview, you might be throwing your shoe at the television and or your radio. So just trigger warning, be prepared. But if you just in a more neutral place, you just got home from your therapist, you done worked out twice this week, you ate vegetables, took your vitamins and drank some water, this would be a great interview for you to watch. Why are you laughing at me?
Ate vegetables, took vitamins, and drunk water.
But if you've not done that, if you're dehydrated, had a rough day at work, the colonizers tried you, the Negroes tried you, this is not a good place to start.
You fought with somebody at Walmart.
This is not a good place to be.
They get a fucking hatchable.
Anyway, let's talk about what he was saying. You want to hear some of the key points he was talking about?
Yeah.
Because again, I think they're right. I think he's right. And in the same breath, he's so wrong. Mm-hmm. So the first thing he was talking about was black politicians, which the things in the... He was talking good. So it got messy with this because Charlamagne was like, I was thoroughly entertained by seeing you and Cory Booker in the same room, but no one said anything, nobody, but there still wasn't no tension. And before they can even ask him a question, Dr. Umar wipes his face. It looked like he on the upper, don't it? Like maybe it's just life. Maybe it's just black excellence.
Either that or a ton of coffee, because I know
it might be caffeine.
I know they do them interviews like 4 a.m.
That's true. That's true. Maybe he was on that. So it was like Charlamagne the guy couldn't even finish the question, and Dr. Umar, it's like they fed him the question. I was like, did they already tell him they was going to ask him this? And I know they haven't, but he was ready to answer it. And instead of him saying, I don't fuck with Cory Booker, which I would have been thoroughly entertained by, he said, I have utmost respect for him. However, whenever that however come into, this is the academic in him. Mm-hmm. However, he was like, I think the bigger picture is, which is very academic. We're not focusing on the people, we're focusing on the behavior, which I do agree, right? I do appreciate he did not take that time to bash, take shots at Cory Booker. Like we shouldn't be doing that. Mm-hmm. But he talked broadly about like black politicians and this idea of being married to the Democratic Party. Mm-hmm. And like, that's the downfall of black folks. That's why he has different problems with certain politicians, because the politician is married to that party. So meaning whatever the party say is what we do. Because he was almost saying like, we talk about the Republicans being tied to Trump and letting him slide with all this shit. He said that's not a universal, just a Republican thing. The Democrats do the same thing too. And I think that is something to that. So he said by Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, whoever it is, if they're black and they're affiliated with the Democratic Party, there are certain core key values that they're going to rock with, and those core key values are not in alignment with the black community, so therefore I can't support him. So other things or this idea of carrying out agendas, right? And and I get it, I'm rocking with him, right? And he was talking about the key of black agendas should be like what is it called, help me out, jail reform, mm-hmm. or justice reform, I'm sorry. Something with the economy. I forgot them all. Mental illness, like a whole things that were just completely legitimate. Like, mm-hmm. y'all would completely agree on the 5 tenets. Like, you're going to be rocking with them. You're going to be clapping. But where he got me wrong was like, I cannot vote for a candidate if they don't have these things. Mm-hmm. Wait, Umar. Nigga, you told me you ain't voting for nobody.
Yeah.
So he one of the reasons Trump's in president now.
Because I ain't vote.
So, like, and again, I get what he's saying of this philosophy of like he wants candidates who are independent and are affiliated with the Democratic or Republican Party. But I don't know how that's going to look realistically, or the space that he's in. Like, he didn't provide any explanation to work through the meantime. So if that's the ideal goal we want to get to, and we want to eventually get to the point where our candidates are majority independent so they can have a more explicit black agenda, what do we do now? I don't know if the solution is just not to vote. Mm. And that's where he becomes problematic again. What do you think about that, Nams?
Yeah, because I know how Naomi, I had a Kwanzaa dinner and somebody was like, oh, we don't vote. And Naomi was like, y'all don't vote.
And this is me, I try to make it right. I was like, oh, like in local elections. And that's not right either, but right. I can give a little more grace.
And it's like, no, you gotta vote.
I say like for national ass elections for the president of the fucking United States.
Only my van. You can't be my friend unless you vote.
And the thing is, we were talking about such vague topics, right? Mm-hmm. We were talking about everything from believing in God, like very just broad, like very controversial topics what people will see as controversial. And we was like, we rock with everybody, whatever you feel, cool. Mm-hmm. Then they said they couldn't vote. You literally could have heard a pin. Let me drop this pen. So yeah, all right. You believe in God, I don't believe in God. God, pro-life, cool. Do what you believe, great. So who y'all voting for this season? You know what I'm asking you? Who you voting for this season?
Oh, I think it was Obama at the time.
Mm-hmm. No, and then you got to answer it like them.
Oh, I'm not voting.
I almost said, get the fuck out my house. Like, I could not do it. So that happens. But even his ideas of how Umar was tying it into the black agenda ties into weakening white supremacy. White supremacy is the backbone of our government. The backbone of our government is the Democratic and Republican Party. Mm-hmm. So to get the black agenda means to weaken basically to make the parties null and void.
Yeah, to kill the machine.
Yes.
Which nobody wants.
Nobody wants to do that. But I absolutely, like when he's saying it, I'm like, yes, you are right, Negro. But don't tell people to be out here not voting, or don't have people voting for Jill Stein again.
Right.
That's stupid, Umar.
It is.
And that's when he becomes a problem. Next thing he talks about, going off the politician type thing, I think they asked him, like, who would you vote for, or what's your thoughts on Kamala Harris or something like that. He was like, oh, I never could vote for her. Because I think they were trying to say, well, she had some of the black agenda stuff, right? Or something like that. And he was like, it's hard. He's like, I could never vote for a politician. How did he frame it? That's a black person who's married to a white person who's a politician, because they're living white but talking black. So if your biggest, I'm gotta be saying this wrong, but I almost hit the fucking ground. But he was like, for you to be saying you are for the black people, because I think it was talking about Kamala, they were talking about Byron
Allen, I think.
Yeah, that guy who always talking about finances and stuff in the black community. And he was like, it's just hard for me to believe them when they put their greatest resource, which is their love and all this stuff, into a white person. Why would I expect them to put any of it into a black community? I said, oh my God, get the fuck out of here. So bring him to the next problematic stance. Interracial relationships. If you don't sit his old George Wallace ass down, will somebody just whisper to Umar and tell him that is not the fucking hill to die on? Interracial relationships. Can he just let that go? Every interview he brings that shit up. Because his thoughts is that a relationship is a political stance.
It is.
So if you marry outside of your race, that's almost a form of self-hate and not wanting to move your race forward. Listen, George Wallace. Speaking of George Wallace, y'all see his daughter came out with a novel talking about, I know my daddy racist, but I'm not. So much so that she has like civil rights foundations, all this stuff. What you think about that now? Like, I understand what he's saying. Like, again, like I get what you're saying as a black man. And if you talk this much about uplifting the black community and loving the black community and wanting the black community to do so well, you marry a white woman.
Yeah, you put your greatest resource
into a white woman. Okay. Like, that's up for a discussion. Like, let's talk. But not to the way that Umar is talking about. He is on some, like, purist.
You got to pick a side, Nyambi. Nyambi, you on this grayscale shit. No.
I am not on the grayscale. I just do not think interracial relationships is the downfall of the black community. That's what I'm saying.
It could be.
And that's the way he's framing it to me. If interracial, you niggas is a lot. It's a lot of toxic ass black relationships out here. It is not. Y'all niggas is not going to convince me that interracial relationships is the downfall of the black community, the black family. It is not. Now, I am with Amanda Seals. What I say is, folks, if you're going to be in an interrelational relationship, make sure it's a person who happens to be of that race and not a white person, for example, or a Latino person. So you need to be with someone who if you're going to date if you're a black man and you with a white woman, you need to be with a woman who happens to be white, not a white woman. Because them is two different parties. I do agree now. Now, if you a black man and you getting with a white woman and not a woman who happens to be white, you're fucked and you fucking the community. Same thing for black women. If you're getting with a white man or a man who happens to be white, those are two different fucking things. I need to find an episode when I break that down to you. I'm with Sister Amanda Seals on them. It's two different motherfuckers. The folks, white men and white women, like all that stuff, those are the folks who upheld white supremacy and very unaware of their privilege and use their privilege for evil. People who happen to be fill in the blank don't do that, right? They're aware of their privileges. They know their lanes. They use their privileges to help give others voices. Like, that plays into it.
As Killer Mike would say.
That's why I said Killer Mike, he says this stupid shit too. Got you
Mike,
niggas believing that.
I married a black woman, unlike many of my critics.
What y'all think? Should we have an episode of I'm not in an interracial relationship. I don't even think I ever dated a white man before. Like, seriously dated a white man. And one white boy came to me and asked me to date, and I was like, it would never work. I wonder did I fuck him up?
You probably did.
When I said that. Have you dated a white woman?
No.
Have you talked to a white woman?
I've had sex with a few of them.
Oh, this is a different episode.
What?
We need to. We got a few friends who are in interracial relationships that I believe they're married to people who happen to be white and not white people.
I personally could never bring home a white woman.
Really? Why not?
I don't know. I think it has a lot of trauma with my family.
Oh yeah, your family do got some triggering. Yeah. I'm not gonna speak on that, but I'm not sure if that was a white woman or a woman who happened to be white that was in your relationship. I think that was a white woman.
That was a white woman.
That the people in your family brought home. And not only never mind, I ain't gonna do that.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say
but I think it's level to the white woman too. Right, she can be from all type of social economic, but I think the poor ones are the worst.
So I think it's just been trauma, because my brother, the brother who committed suicide, dated a white woman or was engaged to a white woman.
Yeah, and she was a poor white woman, not a white woman who happened to be white. Yeah, that's trouble.
And I don't even know if I should say this out loud.
Be careful.
I'm not gonna say it out loud.
Okay, it's a lot of trauma.
Just know it's a lot of trauma after my brother's suicide. And white women in our family.
Oh, I understand why you couldn't bring a white woman home. That's a different layer. I could bring a white boy home. My family would accept them, but they would definitely have to go through the ringer. Like, it would be a whole initiation. There would be ground rules set. There would be words that they couldn't even utter or think about.
Oh, like nigga.
Oh my God, never.
Oh, you remember?
Never.
Your
Never.
Graduation party?
Yeah.
We was watching the Floyd Mayweather fight.
Oh my God.
And you had all your white friends there from school.
Oh, and my parents.
And your mom.
You tell the story.
I can't even get it out.
And was Nia there too?
Yes, Nia was there too.
Oh, I just wanted to go to bed. I think I told Nia, I was like, I think I'm going to go to bed. Can you excuse everyone from the house? Can you go tell everybody I got sick?
And so this is when Nyambi had graduated from college.
I've completely put that outside of my head.
So Nyambi got her master's degree, and she had a little like get together, and it was actually Cinco de Mayo. So it was. God,
it gets more problematic by the moment.
So I had rented the Floyd Mayweather fight, so everybody came over afterwards. And Naomi's mama, like every time, well, she kept saying nigga all the time.
Because I thought she would be in the bed or stay upstairs.
So she said nigga all the time. So that was one thing.
How did she do it, though? It wasn't like, because there's a way you can say it in conversation where people are like, well, what did she say? But it was very much when
These
they was fighting.
niggas.
Like Lloyd to throw a punch. That's right, nigga. Oh, my God. So many white people in this room.
And then... the undercard. So we'd be like, who gonna win? And it's like, what nationality is he? Oh, he a Mexican? A Mexican versus a Puerto Rican?
Oh my God.
Oh, that Puerto Rican nigga gonna whoop his ass.
Oh my God, it was so embarrassing.
And it got so uncomfortable. Naomi white friends just laughed.
Oh. And now they wonder why I don't take them around.
And it was hilarious.
What did you and Nia do when they
Just look.
And Nia used to go to bed at 2 p.m. He made sure he stayed up that entire fight, not to miss one nigga.
And they had left right before Floyd came on.
Because it's too much.
Because it was your mom.
And she wouldn't stop.
Mexican versus a Russian?
I'm like, why are you even up?
Your mama, that Russian nigga might whip that Mexican ass.
Oh my God.
It seems like whatever. Oh, he
I'm like,
Hispanic.
why do you keep asking? Why does this matter?
He Hispanic. That spick nigga gonna whoop. I said,
what? You bringing out all types of slurs we ain't heard. She needed to be like with a nice MAGA supporter. Like her and a MAGA supporter would have hit it off that night. And they would have been taking jabs back and forth.
And then there was an Asian fighter.
Oh my God. I said, so she done disrespected
Oh,
I had to apologize to everyone after.
That Asian motherfucker gonna get his ass whooped by that Puerto Rican nigga.
Back to Umar. But the interracial relationships, I think he's just picking this hill to die on. And I do not fundamentally believe that he's correct.
Coming from somebody who's never been in an interracial relationship.
I mean, should that be more valid? Now I'm flexing like a white man. That should be even more valid. To say it's not. Because I'm saying that because I'm not my mama. I've been in relationships with a lot of niggas and I've seen a lot of toxicity and white people ain't even touch it. That's what I'm saying. So what we gonna say with the white man then? I see a lot of gaslighting ass niggas with no white influence. So what is the problem? That's what I'm saying. I don't think it is it's not the hill to die on, right? If we was together as a black community, then we can start unpacking relationships to start educating on the type of person they should be getting with and the wokeness and all that. But we got shit to worry about in our own community that we can't police him who you fucking and who you marrying and all that type of stuff, right? And that's what he said. Oh, now I'm back on this team. Coons versus Negroes. I've heard this before. I was on board. See how we go back and forth? Yeah, no. And I'm like, want to have whole ass dissertations about it. And then now he talked about coons versus niggas. So he was saying Negroes. I'm sorry. So he's saying Negroes live up to or upheld white supremacy and ignorance. So Negroes believe that God is white. Negroes believe that white people are superior, right? Like they just inherently believe that due to lack of education, due to lack of exposure, due to fear, all those, that's what they believe, right? So they do this out of ignorance. Then on the other side, he said coons, which is the problem, which he was kind of going from folks who are like the black politicians, kind of celebrities, Kanye and stuff, right? Because right before this, he was talking about how the black community, now that is a conversation I agree with, how we've lost our gatekeepers. He said our gatekeepers have become celebrities, and celebrities, although maybe intelligent and very creative, they don't have the educational foundation or just knowledge of how to lead people left or right. Right, like it's just not the right people compared to back in the day. Our leaders had a little bit more, I don't know, just savvy.
Je ne sais quoi.
When it comes to that, because that's gone because it used to be the black middle class. So the black middle class has been destroyed. You now have black celebrities who are leading this battle, which I agree is a problem, right? No offense to Cardi and Kanye, even Jay-Z and them, right? Like I appreciate the money, but I don't know if I need them from their viewpoint leading an entire nation, because he also made a good point. You can't expect a billionaire to make decisions the same way a thousandaire you can't. So they reach a point, even as millionaires and billionaires, where all they care about our community, they so far from it. Do they really know? Like it's not the same. It's not the same connection or awareness. Even most well-intending, it's not connected. Anywho, going back to coons versus niggas. Coons is the folks who know, I should say, white people aren't God. White people are not superior. White people are doing us wrong, but still uphold white supremacy. And that's the difference. And he said that's what a lot of like politicians, the Kanyes of the world are doing. They know this. Like he's saying that hard. They know this is wrong, but they're yet still holding it up because it is a benefit to them in the short term. And of course he end with the famous line, I can work with a Negro, never trust a coon. Which is a mic drop. I remember that's something my grandfather always said. He said, I don't think he said nigga. He might have said nigga. He said, I can work with niggas. But you can't never trust a coon. Or even, he might not even say Negroes. He might be like, you can't trust coons. And that's something that rings true. When we talk about niggas, we think about the things we despise and niggas and flies, but
right.
We'll read that stuff later.
What did you think about him talking about us studying giving out scholarships to these white universities? Why don't we just give these black individuals business grants?
I think that's true. Again, that would mean dismantling education at its core, because some people do need to go to school and are best fit to go to school and to take that route. And then there's some people who are better fit to be entrepreneurial and take that route. So that's saying that our community is not a monolith in adjusting to the needs of our black babies. And do I think they're going to do that? No. I think it's a world where both can live. Like, I think some folks go to school, they thrive, they just blossom into themselves, and other folks take another route, and they should be able to do whatever one works for you. That's what I believe. Anything else he talk about? I'm trying to think of anything else. The child. Now we back to not supporting them again. Look, see the wave. They bring up this school. He said it's gonna open.
He bought the building.
You can buy a building. We've bought a building, Nero.
But we lived in it though. That's different.
What does do you know what it takes to get a school up and running?
Yeah, it takes a lot.
I don't know if I believe this school shit.
I might have to donate a couple dollars.
Don't donate to that, Nero. You wait till that school is running. If you're gonna donate, I ain't gonna tell you where to put your money, but do not Wait till that motherfucker's up and running. You know what I would love Dr. Umar to focus his energy in? He's into like this black parent advocacy thing. I would love for him to go there and just dive deep and just help black parents navigate their navigate autism, like learn how to be advocates for your child. Like, I love him in that space because I absolutely do agree with a lot of things he's saying there. But you believe this Hogwarts gonna open for black magical wizards?
I think so.
What's it called? The Marcus Garvey School for Wizards.
I did until I looked at his email address.
What is it?
Dr. Umar Johnson at yahoo.com. Oh my God. God damn. I can't donate.
No, you can't. We can't donate to the school is up and running. Preferably the first year of school. Honestly, 4 years. I want. What ages is this? It's like a boarding school, so all ages?
Boarding school.
I needed to run for at least 2 years. But do you see the wave?
How about you submit your resume?
I am not. You know, I've been a guy hired. He don't want me.
How about you submit your resume?
He been got me fired. How long you think I last at his job, at place of employment? I'm like, stop talking about interracial relationship and homophobia. Stop being so homophobic. Because that's what I would tell him. Stop being so homophobic. Let the interracial relationship go. And something else he'd be talking about. Do more research on people who've been sexually abused. Because he another one that be like, everything root back to that. And I'd be like, yes and no, sir. Like, I'm going to need you to unpack that more. So I don't think he would want me on his team now.
How about you buy a shirt?
No. With his face on it. No. Anything else you got about Umar? I love-hate relationship. You can get me on the record. I'll donate if his school opens. But I can't, I cannot participate in whatever this is. I can't. Because it's something and it's not a school opening.
I am thoroughly entertained.
I'm very entertained. Where's like Mona? Can we get him a reality show? Or would that dilute down?
I feel like this brother needs
and he's too controversial for Netflix.
He needs a podcast.
Does he not have a podcast?
No.
Oh my God, low hanging fruit. Dr. Umar, get a podcast.
But the thing is, I think he'd travel. Like he go on lecture series and stuff.
You can do a podcast if you got a mic, a computer, and a Wi-Fi.
Oh, he was at a Kwanzaa lecture.
Where's the Kwanzaa lecture? Is he coming to Oakland, though? He probably too conservative to come to Oakland.
It's in Orlando.
Yeah, he's way too conservative to come to Oakland. Oakland people ain't going to have it. He going to start saying some shit and they going to lose their mind.
March of Our Ancestors, Black Repossession in the Age of Trump.
That seems like a good topic.
Prince of Pan-Africanism.
What is it called? Prince? Oh, his name is the Prince of Pan-Africanism?
Yeah.
That's a lot. Thank you, Dr. Umar. Anything else, Nero? You niggas watch Dr. Umar and go on the same roller coaster emotional ride I go on? Cut the homophobia out.
That nigga be on.
Leave interracial relationships out of it. Relax with the homophobia, my nigga. And that's what Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy didn't do. And I think that's the pushback. Like, and I would just say to something like that. I'm like, you need to just relax on that shit. Even if you don't stop, right, you're going to be who you are. But there's so many things going on in the black community. That's just not needed.
But he's not pandering all fully to you.
Oh, I know he's not even looking in my direction. Which is why I still have a lot of dissonance of why every time he comes on the mic, I have to listen. I know he's not talking to Nyambi. I know he'll have a lot of words for me. He would start by saying sister. I know he would not like me. Has no doubt. He couldn't come on Black Love Matters because we would be cussing and fussing. No, you and him can have an intimate conversation amongst men, but I know Nyambi could not be a part of that conversation at all.
Why not?
No. Because I'm not for the bullshit. I give props where props are due, but don't come here with that shit. Don't come here. Don't come here with that. That trauma. Poison. What? What?
Trauma. Poison.
It is. But am I entertained by him? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what's going on with the NOIs? Why are they calling on Joe Budden podcast? If anybody from Nation of Islam calling, don't call in on the Joe Budden. That's not. Y'all don't got to do that.
Why not?
Because you don't got to do that.
You mad? They can probably gonna call here next.
NOI, another one might not want me. That might be a conversation with the men. Near them and you talk to them. Because I really got shit to say. Do you know why they was on? Should we talk about that?
Yeah. I know
well,
why
you
they was
explain. Well, explain. Let me see if I missed anything, and I'll fill you in.
So the NOI was on, Nation Islam was on Joe Budden's podcast earlier this week, actually. And it came about this whole thing because Joe Budden was talking about, there was a Godfather of Harlem.
Oh, I'm behind on that.
We are. And they was talking about the season finale. And Joe Budden raised this whole thing of like, who killed
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X? Because he's like, I've heard different stories, but like,
it's a conspiracy out there.
Do we know who killed Malcolm X?
We know who physically did it, but we don't know who put it into action. Like, we know the man who did it, but
do we though?
We think. Oh, we're trying to say no cameras.
Yeah.
Stop playing. Go ahead. Okay, you niggas is really wild.
No,
okay, go ahead.
But did we
go
though?
ahead, finish.
And so Maul talked about how it was a Nation of Islam and how
he was bold with that. He was a little bold with that statement. He ain't say no allegedly.
No.
I think I would have had to say allegedly.
Maul said it was the Nation of Islam.
He was bold with that statement.
Because he was defecting, and they said...
Now, I do agree. That was a bold-ass statement. I don't think and I'm a bold person. I wouldn't say that.
Maul said something on the lines of, like, Elijah Muhammad called the hit or something like that. And it was like the Nation of Islam.
Wow. And then the Nation of Islam got on BBM.
And then the Nation of Islam
got on the
heard it.
What's the one? Nextel. That's what it sounds like. The Nextel chirp. I wouldn't have went on no Joe Budden podcast. They should have sent a nice memorandum.
And then the Nation of Islam.
And it's them. Hello, brother.
And one of the representatives, Brother Muhammad.
Hello, brother.
From
Budden.
the Nation of Islam.
I ain't never seen Joe Budden act that right.
God, shit.
Have you?
Wouldn't you?
I mean, Joe Budden. Oh, my nigga. This is something. Good evening. Hello? This is Joe Budden from the Joe Budden podcast. And this is them. Hold on. I said, wait, isn't a podcast happening? This is them. Good evening, brother. Good evening. I'm like, what the hell is happening here? Maul was quiet. Did the white man leave the room? Was that a part of the conversation? Was that a part of the deal? That the white man can't even be in the room when they talk?
I don't know.
Because I didn't even hear him breathing.
I don't know. I didn't see the video aspect of it.
I mean, you couldn't just feel the energy? I think they turned off his mic. I just thought it was like, I just don't think the Nation of Islam had to call the podcast and be like, I just want to clarify. Like, that seemed weird.
Well,
to me. But that was a weird statement. Like, which one is the white one? What's the black one? Maul and Rory, they're kind of the person.
Yeah.
Which one
Maul
is the black
one? Rory's the white one.
Maul was out of order. And the thing is, honestly, Joe, or I guess a white man, just staying out of it, honey.
Yeah.
But he letting black men do black man things. But somebody should have checked him on that. Like, or the engineer, like, that should have been edited. Like, you just can't. That was a very blanketed statement. But what could have been said was, the Malcolm X's death had a lot of precocious things happening all at once. So,
well, baby, ain't nobody on that podcast got the intellect to say precocious.
What we're saying, right? Like, it was just a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
So for him to be leaving the Nation of Islam in complete disagreement at that point in the Nation of Islam was not taking a lot of bullshit, not a lot of going backsies, right? What we say is how we do it. He in his shit with the FBI. Jay Hoover and them is on the hunt to find all niggas with a voice and kill them, right? Like, all these things are happening at once. Honestly, I want to say Nation of Islam done it. My question would be, did the Nation of Islam ever thought that there was a mole from the FBI? Like, them the type of questions I would ask the Nation of Islam, not did they do it, right? Because do I openly think the Nation of Islam was like, yeah, what we need to do is kill Malcolm X? No. But do I think it was a coon? Maybe in the NOI? Maybe. Right? Like, these are the different types of conversations instead. Like, it just seemed like it was just misdirected. It was weird to me. Which is weird. And even the guy, he's like, and I know I can't be there in person, but I hope to be there. What you gonna talk about? Like they didn't even say that. Okay, you want to come, but what you gonna talk about?
NOI stuff.
Like what?
Who knows, man?
Okay. Maybe I need to be interviewed. But the thing is, I'll speak freely on this one. NOI, they believe in definitely keeping women. They play a role. And again, Nyambi don't play those roles. So I would be excused out the room with Rory.
You probably would. Cover your head.
Cover cover your head and your mouth, honey. Like, all of it's out of order.
Please. No. But I think there's a point there. Like, there's a point to be had. And you like, well, why do they need to do that? Because it
was out of pocket to be like, the NOI killed.
So,
it's like, come on.
Yes.
Like, that was just a lazy critique or a comment. Like, there was no thought to that.
But, it's also niggas talking.
Oh, okay.
It's niggas talking.
Yeah, he was more like, when they be like...
First of all, it's niggas talking. And second of all, like, as much as you really don't enjoy his podcast, their podcast is the number one podcast on Spotify.
What else is on Spotify?
All the other podcasts.
But there's the number one podcast on Spotify, sponsored by Spotify.
Exclusive on Spotify.
Yeah, who else is exclusive?
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
I don't need to know. I'm not going back and forth with Joe Budden, no.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying I don't have
we don't get the same viewership. I just thought it was a ridiculous statement.
So for them to have like the number one podcast and get over, 1.5 million downloads episode, like, yeah. I feel like, yes, they need to say something. Do the Nation of Islam needs to be there? Probably not, but you had a big ass flub.
Yeah, and I think they should have addressed the flub. I just don't think the Nation of Islam should have been the one to correct them.
But I also felt like, well, shit, you didn't say this shit about me. Like, well, and
brother, there's just confusion.
Yeah.
What is that cadence?
You done said this shit about me, and I don't want you to fuck up anything else about me. So let me tell you.
Did he even talk a lot in that interview?
Yes.
No, I'm talking about the one Rory Ma confused them.
Ma.
Did he talk a lot?
No, he apologized.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying though, like, I think it was it's an opportunity for them to explore this dialogue and educate.
But it wasn't a dialogue. That's what I'm saying.
You didn't even hear the whole thing.
I can tell you what they talk about. Did Ma come and say where he got this from?
Yeah.
What he say? Because niggas was talking in the backyard. Shut the fuck up! I can't with the joke.
No, but he talked about.
He said,
no, but he talked about, and the guy also talked about like how modern history or revisionist history, whatever you want to call it, has been saying this for the longest, and NOI has been trying to like get these things rebuked or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But there's only a few ways you can get that done, and that's by getting like these FBI files, which is something you won't never.
Now that is a fact. The FBI were following people. There was J. Edgar Hoover wanted to kill these people. Like that is absolutely fact. Mm-hmm. And do I believe the FBI ever's gonna release that shit? No. I knew it was gonna be released after Obama was president. He got up out of there and they released him. That would have been a power move.
It would have.
But you know what Umar said?
It would have. But so in that scheme of things, when you look at it that way, like, yes, I see why he was there. Okay. It's time to educate. Okay. It's like
millennials really believe that that's what happened to Malcolm X.
Millennials believe everything that they watch on TV.
And that's the other thing. I was like, they were talking about that show like it was history. Like I was like, y'all know that's a fictional show, right?
But
that's a fictional show.
Millennials.
Based on real people.
But when you got a fictional show that has something similar to all of it. The Malcolm X movie, which is also similar to like what's in the autobiography.
But even the movie was translation of the autobiography.
But which is also similar to like, Betty and Coretta, which is also similar to like all these other things, is that like if you say the lie so many times, it becomes the truth.
It's more entertaining than the truth.
And it becomes more of the truth. Yeah. Even if it's not. But the thing is, you got so many people saying it, and you just think it's more credible. Like, it's in a book. Well, I'm going to believe this because somebody wrote it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, this movie was based off this book. So if it was based off this book, I can believe what's in this movie because it was somewhat based off of it. That's ridiculous. And now this TV show and this episode is based off this movie and this book. Yeah, so I can kind of believe that.
That's crazy.
And now I believe that's more incredible. So like it becomes like this fucked up thing of telephone. Okay. Whether it happened or not, I don't know. But in order to have this, to be able to have the platform to go on there and represent the Nation of Islam to 1.5 million people to say like, no, this didn't happen because, the Nation of Islam did not do this. And here's why, and here's our proof. It's something big because they never had the platform to be able to do it
yet. I hear what you're saying. To quote Joe Budden, you done dick riding?
I'm not dick riding. I'm not dick riding.
I still think it was a dumb move. You kids out here not reading. Okay, I take back my last statement. Y'all don't get no business loans. Y'all need to go to school. Y'all need to go to school. Learn some critical thinking. Kids out here believing shit like that.
Yes.
That's terrifying.
That's how it works, Nyambi.
Ooh, that's terrifying.
That's how it works.
That's why I was wondering why I was a bit thin. It was like, oh, goodness, did you see the guy out at Harlem? And you see I said, that's a show, ain't it? You niggas can't believe just because somebody wrote it on the TV.
But they do, though.
Like, I want to be like, y'all know Power ain't real. That show about as real as Power.
But the
Ghost
thing
is not a real person.
But it's loosely based, though. And since it's loosely
Jesus.
based, niggas still roll with it. Even though it had a declaimer of, like, you know,
This is
things
equivalent to
been...
The Godfather Harlem is equivalent to Power.
I know.
It is not real.
But they still don't understand where it says, like, some events are fictionalized. And it ain't like they tell you at the bottom, like, oh, this is fictionalized.
You stupid niggas.
They don't say that this is fictionalized. So when you see it in the TV show, and you see it in the Michael X book, and you see it on the in the movie, like, you be like, oh, this is the real part.
Jesus.
This ain't the fictionalized part.
Jesus.
It ain't like they put like, oh, this right here is fictional.
Is this true for the kids born in 1995?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And some of them are 86. Shit.
You said the 86 and the 74.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because we just in that phase where niggas just be believing everything.
And maybe that's why I was just so confused. I was like, you niggas, don't you know the history is set, y'all? Like, we know what happened.
But you also think of like the influence that these niggas have.
True.
There's gonna be somebody in there that be like, oh, well, I heard on Joe Budden said that NOI did it.
Nah, you ain't quoting damn Joe Budden when it comes to my assassination.
Yes.
Jesus.
Well, I heard on this podcast. Naomi, what are you talking about? It's niggas out here who quote some of the shit that we say.
Well, I'm a fact.
To who?
I'm a scholar.
By
training. Okay?
So that's what I'm saying though. Like, these are just things of like influence.
Yeah. I'm a scholar.
Okay, I understand that.
Okay, I'm a scholar. I'm formally trained.
Okay.
I'm like,
but some of the shit you
I'm
be
like
saying,
Dr. Umar. I am formally trained.
But some of the shit you be saying is not always correct too.
Yeah, that's true. But I kind of cite my sources too.
Not always. So even though you can be formally trained, like there's still some influence there.
I hear you.
And like that needs to be rectified.
But I'm not changing fucking world history.
But niggas are though.
I can have opinions on like day to day and practical applications, but I'm not making up new ass history.
But niggas are though.
Okay, I hear you.
And people believe it.
But for Malcolm X to be such a cornerstone of our community, how is niggas just gonna make up his history? It ain't. His life is already bigger than life. It don't need to be made up.
I know.
Oh my God, you children go read.
But so they ain't reading the book. They watching the movie,
and not the fiction, like the book.
They watching the Spike Lee book. They watching the Spike Lee movie.
They not authorized version.
They not even watching the Eyes on the Prize documentary. They watching.
That's what I'm saying. Watch some documentaries.
They watching the Spike Lee joint.
Don't get me wrong. That's one of my favorite movies.
It is.
But
it's on
Spike
Netflix
Lee
right now.
Took some liberties. Like at the end, there wasn't an I am Malcolm X type of. That's not real, y'all. That didn't happen.
But some of the
I am Malcolm X.
But some of the fictionalization is easier to spot out.
Yes.
Versus some of it ain't.
Yes.
And people can't discern the difference between
there's some
what's
of that's
fictionalized and what's not.
Yeah, some of that's fictionalized or blown out of proportion, or slanted, or adjusted.
Yes, to make it more interesting.
Yes,
but they don't know. Did the nigga really say, "Get your hands out my pocket"? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I see you. I hear you. All right, what are we on?
We about to close out.
Oh, okay. Don't do that. Listen, I'm open to dialogue. What else you want to say? I still stand by my fucking point.
You can stand by your point. I stand by mine.
But y'all go. I'm about to give Joe Budden some views. Go listen to that podcast. The way that everybody straightened up and act right. There was no. It maybe was just out of respect. Let me just let it go. Maybe it was just out of respect.
Like,
I guess the thing
are you gonna walk up to somebody from the NOI and be like, "What's up, my nigga? How you doing? What up, though, nigga?"
No, but I am going to be like, I understand what you're saying. Yes, we should not have said that the NOI, killed Malcolm X, right? Like that was completely wrong. That was a misstep. But can we talk about how did that relationship look like when Malcolm X decided to leave? That's a real question, and that's said respectfully. And I do think that is a part of history that we don't know, and I keeps it very close to their heart for one reason or another. And I can imagine it's not because everyone was mutually in agreement. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I maybe have born at night, but not last night. Don't play me.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But they too busy. Good evening, brother. Good evening. Good evening. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? What the fuck? Did they say good evening one more time? Ask the real question.
You made me.
Just like Umar told Charlamagne and them. Y'all talking in here with Byron and them. You didn't ask them the real question. This them. What's the real question? How can you be invested in the black community? You married a white woman. Which is a legitimate question.
Yes, it is.
That's all I was saying. And the thing is, I know they ain't new to this, they true to this. Mm-hmm. And that's why I was like, oh, they adjusted. But maybe it was just based on like some apology. Like, because sometimes you don't come in with the interview with the anticipation of asking questions. It's more of just to set the record straight, hash it out, build mutual respect. Mm-hmm. But, Joey and them pride themselves on just asking hard questions. And the white man was out the room, so maybe he normally asks the hard questions. I don't know.
First of all, these niggas not proud themselves on asking hard questions.
Y'all catch that shade? Y'all catch the shade?
You are. On that note.
What they pride themselves in? Shout out to the Joe Budden podcast. But but all that to say, I do enjoy whenever like the Nation of Islam is on interviews. I appreciate whenever even Umar is on it with his problem. Like I do appreciate the different viewpoints, the different voices.
Yeah, because I'm talking
community.
that quick.
No matter how problematic
because the
they can
Black
be, I
Lives
do
Matter
appreciate it.
go on tour. We hiring Fruit of Islam.
Who you telling? You right. Ain't running up.
Protected
They ain't running up on me, honey. Good evening, brother.
Now your tone changed.
Good
evening, brother.
Good evening.
What type of gun is that?
That is nice. That is a metal one. But so I do appreciate that. Like I think I appreciate just having just a variety of voices, right? We can have the Nation of Islam, we can have Eric Dyson, we can have Kamala here. Like we can all be at these tables and we all can have different viewing points. So overall, I do appreciate that because we're not a monolith, and that is real talk. Close us out.
Yeah, as always, to submit your Black Love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us the email blacklovematters@gmail.com. To leave a comment about anything we talked about, head on over to that website. We got that SoundCloud, and we got that voicemail, and that's at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. Remember, love is ever evolving. Peace.